at first it was really hard for me to eat the food because it made me really sick. And then I got really used to it. I love this. So they have like these things they call caldos. It's like a soup basically. And so they have one like with beef, like with beef, and then they have one with chicken. And it's so good because they'll like bring out this broth and it's like not good for you at all. I'm pretty sure it has like a ton of spices in it and you can see like the fat in there. And then they'll bring out like a plate like this big and they'll have the steamed or cooked vegetables. And so you can just add as many vegetables as you want. So they have like huisquil. The best way to describe it I feel like is it's kind of like a potato mixed with a cucumber because it's like green and it's like got a different texture. And then they'll have yuca, which is like it's not like a potato, but I don't know how else to describe it. And then they'll have potatoes, carrots, radishes, and they'll put rice even in there. And it's just so good. Like it has so much flavor in it and it was my favorite meal. And people were like, why do you like that so much? Like, it's so good. Like I crave it all the time. And they also like love black beans, plátanos, plantains, fried plantains, and eggs. With it's not sour cream, it's crema, because it like has a different taste from sour cream. But they have that on top and it is so good. But when people feed it to you as a missionary, like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, all we have are beans and eggs and plátanos. And I'm like, this is like the best meal. What are you talking about? And it's just so good. Like, I've never had black beans. Like, those black beans. They're just incredible. And they would fry a lot of things in egg. Like, a lot of things. Like, they have, chile rellenos, and so they take like a bell pepper and then they'll fill it with like beef and like carrots and like all these other vegetables and they have it cooked and then they put it in the bell pepper, then they dip it in egg and then they fry it. And they'll do a lot of things like that with eggs, like herbs. Like they take like a bunch of herbs and they'll fry them in egg. I wasn't really a fan of that. I didn't like it very much. Oh, and they make something called pepián. It's a lot like, it's similar to mole, but like the sauce is a lot thicker. So it's just like a sauce on top of chicken and then with rice. And it was so good. I loved it so much. They would feed that to us a lot. And chow mein. Surprisingly enough, Guatemalans, I would have chow mein at least once a week. But like the chicken has the bones in it still, so that was like weird for me at the beginning, but at the end I was totally fine with it. And then they put ketchup or pica mas, it's like this green hot sauce on top of it. And they love Chinese food too. Like there's always these random Chinese restaurants in Guatemala that people love it. Maxime's is what the one was called that we would always go to on Pire. So that was a lot of the food that they had. Oh, and the fruit. I have to mention the fruit because they have fruit, like, they like bring something to you, like, oh yeah, this is a fruit, and you're like, you can eat this? And they're like, yeah, like, I'll show you. And like this one time they gave us this thing, it looked like what are those, like, it's not green beans, like a pea, like in a pod, and it had like white fuzzy stuff on top of it. And then you would suck off the white fuzzy stuff, and that was the fruit. Like that was the part you ate, and it was so good, but I only had it once. But there were so many things like that. You'd see it once and then you'd never see it again. But they have fruit like nobody's business, and it's so good. They have little fruit stands everywhere, and then they'll put like pepitoria. I don't know what it is in English. It's like this like powder with salt and like all these other things with lime juice or lemon. No, lime, sorry. Lime juice on top of it, and it's so good. I really miss it.